Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Lesia, the Preacha. Okay. Well, congratulations. We have a new president. Yay. And I am happy. I'm happy that we have our next president lined up. I'm happy. And I'm happy who it is. I could not vote for him. Most High wouldn't let me vote for him again. I did vote for him once, and I was led to, and I was surprised, but I did. I was surprised. You know, family and friends were probably surprised too, but I did. And it wasn't so much about. Well, that's another video. But I want to say congratulations to Trump. And I'm glad he won, even though I couldn't vote for him. And as far as Madam VP Harris, I couldn't vote for her either. And I'm willing to talk about why. Okay. Most High wouldn't let me vote for her because of her. Her choices in life are the reasons why. Her personal life are the reasons why I couldn't vote for her. Well, you may say, well, what about Trump's personal life? That's another video. I'll explain why Trump's personal life is different than Harris's personal life. Their lives are lived in two different ways as male and female. They are the perfect example of how you can be in the same boat called immigrant. To me, they're both immigrants. They are not native. Neither one of them are native to this land. And that's why Most High would not let me vote for neither one of them this year. This particular election, Most High told me no. And I guess when it comes to 2020, Most High allowed me to vote for Trump. I did vote for him in Florida. It depends on where I live. Depending on where I live determines how Most High will instruct me to vote. It depends on where I live, the election, and the people that are being considered. But in 2020, Most High was using me to make a point. He'd rather have a foreigner in that office, through my being. This is how he expressed himself, through my being. He'd rather have a foreigner, an immigrant called Trump in the office than Biden, who's supposed to be American. So, as of today, which it could change, y'all, but as of today, I believe I'm led to vote for natives only. So that explains when Tim Scott came up. When Tim Scott came up, that's when I latched on. I was like, I'll vote if Tim Scott run. Well, he dropped out. So Most High said with him dropping out, no vote for me. Now, Most High tells each one of us soldiers, we're all individual soldiers. He gives each one of us different instructions. That's what he told me. Now, he may give you some other instructions. Like, I may work at the front end of the church. You may work at the back end of the church. But the church got windows. The church got doors, y'all. Okay? So You and I, if you're watching this video and you're in agreement with me, you're resonating with me, you're subscribed to my channel, I'm asking you to let me be your pastor, your online pastor, your spiritual pastor. Even if you attend a physical church somewhere out there, a physical church, but you're sitting up in that church knowing that you're not getting all you need. Well, let me be your vitamin. Stay at your local church. Please stay at your local church. Please do. Okay? That's important for the kids. It's important that your children go to the local church to get spiritual training. They got to get spiritual warfare training. Even if the church don't have it all right, you have it right. Just like your kids' school. Your kids' schools, where they learn how to read, write, and stuff. Even at those schools, they don't have it all the way right, but you send them kids there. You send them there anyway, right? Okay, so at your local church, unless you got some full-blown spiritual training program at your house, unless you got some full-blown K through 12 educational system at your house, then you need to get your kids out in the world to learn the skills to survive the world. You are your children's teacher. And then they go to those schools to get some extra help, like vitamins, You are the core. And if you don't always know how to handle the people at church, then you can come to my channel. My channel will talk about church leadership, how to run churches, how to manage them, how to do people right, you know what I mean? How to judge matters, how to judge matters at church, because we have the right to go to church no matter who the pastor is. We have the right to go no matter who the teacher is at your kid's school. If your kid's teacher is good or bad, what you gonna do? Still send them to school. And what do you do when your kids have a bad teacher? You pray. So if you have a bad pastor, you still go to that church and you pray. You pray. And I'm here to pray with you. You can't always divorce or quit your pastor. You can't always divorce or quit your job. You can't always divorce or quit your kid's school. You can't. But you can pray through it. And you know what? You can't always break up with your husband or wife, your spouse, lover. Some lovers latch on and they ain't going nowhere. You got to pray through it. Unless you're willing to jump out there and do it all on your own, you're going to have to pray through your marriage like I did. I did it. I prayed through 32 years of bad marriage. Now, were my marriages all bad? No. Who can afford to be in a all bad marriage? Nobody can. Okay? There has to be some good. And that's what people don't like to talk about. People are not comfortable talking about the good and bad of marriage. There's good and bad. Not willing to talk about both. And why we use the scales of good and bad in marriage to make sure we win at the end. Who wants to go through a marriage and lose at the end? Lose at the end after you put in all your work and labor? Come on now. Everybody has the right to win. The husband, the wife, the kids, no matter how the marriage ends, because it's going to end. It's going to end. Even if one of the people just naturally die, that marriage will end. Be prepared. Be prepared. Don't be afraid of death. It is coming. Death is coming for me and for you. This natural death My brown skin, y'all, is going to go right back into its mother. It's going back. It's a part of the deal. At least the one that, we believe we're a part of. And so, again, congratulations to Trump. And I just want to say that, guess what, ladies? First wives, if you're the first wife, you gave birth to a man's first child. If you gave birth to a man's first child, you are his first wife. On my channel, according to the Bible that I read, first is first, no matter what. First child that a man has, that's your first wife. Any woman you lay down with is a type of wife. Either she's your first wife, anybody after that is after. A concubine or a sister wife or. And I've played both roles. I've been the first wife twice. So I've been first twice. And I'm no longer willing to play that role anymore. I'm exhausted, y'all. I put my time in. I put 32 years of first wife time in. And I'm retired from that life. I'm retired. I retired myself. No, I ain't say I retired myself, no. Nah, but Most High took me off the market. Yeah, because the game changed, too heavy for my type of agreement. My contract, as far as like legal wife goes on this earth. Let me put some conditioner on my hair, y'all. Hold up. As far as legal wife, going all the way with a ring and down the aisle and filing paperwork at the courthouse and all that, that's gone. As far as I know. Most High is mysterious. He may have me sitting up here saying all this to y'all, knowing that he gonna do something else. And then sometimes he just let it be on point. Whatever he do, I don't stress about it no more. That's how I got to be with men. My husbands and stuff. I just got to the point, I just started treating him like I treat Most High. Just let him do his thing. As long as he blessing me and good to me, I don't worry about the mysteries. Ooh, child. That's the only way y'all can keep a man. The only way to keep a man, the only way I kept husbands for 32 years. And some people may say 32 years don't mean crap, like the B mindset. The B mindset said that my 32 years didn't mean nothing just because it didn't, quote unquote, last. Well, what marriage lasts? No marriage lasts because somebody is going to die at some point. If you don't get divorced or kill each other first, if you don't kill each other or get divorced first, somebody gonna die. What kind of marriage is not gonna end in murder, suicide, divorce, or just natural death? There is no other way to end a marriage. No, think about it. But it's not even just the marriage that ends that way. Every individual eventually will die by murder, suicide, or natural causes. So whether you're single or married, it's the same experience. Either you're going to do it alone or with someone. Whether you do it alone or with someone, it's going to come with challenges. We cannot avoid suffering, whether we're alone or with someone. We can't avoid suffering. So in a lot of ways, being married is a buffer, a shield, a covering. You can use your other spouse as a shield. Mm-hmm. A protector. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what my husband was looking for. He was looking for a wife that was going to keep the other women away. Neither he nor I realized the extent that I like other women. I don't mind if they're around. Help. Shoot, let them cook. Let them clean. Let them drag kids around. I need the help. Other women, I ain't scared. I was one of the head cheerleaders at my high school. I am not scared of other women. I put them women to work. I put them to work. Bring them. And if you bold enough to bring some men, baby, that's rent. That's rent. So like even that 1 year that my husband, whew, you know, we had a man live with us for a year. That man paid rent to my husband. I brought rent to the house and fun. Rent and fun. My husband and I, we needed that man. Our marriage was, it was on life support. And then that man came. My husband, he really livened up. He not like, I'm not talking sexual, guys. They were bowling league partners. They were bowling league partners. My husband needed someone other than me. He's always needed someone other than me. He act like he never wanted anyone other than me. But it wasn't healthy for us to live like that, you know. So I always had neighbors that had husbands or friends that had husbands so that, when she and I are hanging out, at least he can hang out with the husband, you know, at least. Has something to do. Because most men get jealous. They do get jealous when they're the type that, they really struggle with initiating socialization or they struggle with socialization. And I am a social queen. You know what I mean? Like people just naturally gravitate to me because, I'm just like that or whatever. I mean, we are who we are. You know what I mean? I don't have to explain me. You know what I'm saying? It's not about explaining why I am who I am. I mean, like, if I just attract people, I just do. For whatever reason, I was born to attract people. And it gets to the point where crowd management is required. Crowd management, in my case, okay, I don't know about other people's situation, but in my situation, I'm going to need security. I'm going to need wardrobe. I'm going to need, I'm just going to need some stuff. A lot of, makeup, my own makeup line and product and applicators. I don't want to have to do nothing for myself. Nothing. So, you know, I'll just be on YouTube. Just being myself, y'all. Being myself. I'm using this, it's called Originals. I love original stuff, native stuff. Now, y'all might say, girl, you have no idea what all is in there. That's my point. Until my name, DrLesiaThePreacha, is on some products, I don't know what other people were doing. I do not know what other people are giving me. But there is this other product I bought. What did I do with that little bottle? When I was it Antigua or Saint Martin or I don't know where I was at. When I was on a cruise, y'all, I had bought little bottles of oil. Let me see, hold up. I had bought these little bottles of oil. One was for my body, and then one was for the hair treatment oil. So anyway, yeah, until my name is on some stuff, Yeah, and then I bought this candle from when I was working at City Trends. I was an assistant manager. I assist very well. So when I was an assistant manager at City Trends, one of my coworkers made candles. So I bought one, y'all. I even did a whole video about it and all that. So, but I want my name on stuff. You know what I mean? I want my name on the water bottle, my name on the candle, DrLesiaThePreacha Ministries. You know, I want my own oils. I want cooking oils. I know what I want, y'all. Y'all remember when what was that lady named Dean or something? Anyway, y'all remember when that one older white lady, got real famous and blew up just being herself, you know? Something like that's gonna happen with me, y'all. Something like that. I don't know how or why. And I do sweet potato pie, okay? I'm just saying. I got my own sweet potato pie, okay? And this is my granny recipe. My granny and I went to go check on her sister. So we got on a train from Detroit to Chicago. Ooh. And it was the kind of train that had like concession stand, you know. Now here we go. I'm a grown woman now, married to an engineer. And at this time, I think I was living in like a $500,000 home or something. You know what I mean? And my granny wanted me to go, or I offered, knowing me, I probably offered, but my granny and I catch the train to Chicago to go check on her sister, her big sister. Her big sister was, well, back in the day, they say she was ailing. You know, she was ailing, and we had to go check on her sister. So we took a train. And on that train, y'all, they had a concession stand on the train, y'all. Now, back in the day, even way before my day, okay, they even had the kind of trains where, like hotels, and you could even have your car on the train and sleep on the train, eat on the train. You know what I mean? People would travel all over this country by train. But anyway, my granny asked me if I wanted a hot dog. Did I want something from the concession stand? And I'm like, this is so cute. I feel like a little girl again. I'm with my granny on the train. I mean, here I am, like, 40 years old or something. In my 30s, 40s, I'm all super grown, second marriage, you know, in my prime, prime. Ooh, this is like my second win, but I had my prime, y'all, okay? And so here I am with my granny on the train, and she want to know if I want a little hot dog and pop or something. And I was like, now of course I could buy whatever she wanted, bought the train. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying, And I'm like, yeah, granny, I want me a hot dog and a pop and some chips. So we take the train, and cousin whoever pick us up, we go stay in this a little apartment. And my auntie, great auntie, and her husband and her kids has lived in that apartment for their whole life, really, their whole marriage, whole family. So I'm in this apartment laying, sleeping with my grandmama. I share the bed with my grandma, y'all. Sharing the bed with my grandma, helping out with her sister, you know. I'll never forget that. We women need each other. We really do. We really do. And that's why it was important that Madam VP Kamala Harris, that's why it was important that she could not win. She personally could not win. Not her. Not her. Not her. And it's not just because she's an immigrant. I will only vote for natives here on out. I can't stop and don't want to stop. I don't want to stop anybody from trying to be president. I don't want to stop. I don't have to vote for them either. I don't have to vote for them, nor do I have to stop them. Once you're the first wife, once you are a man's wife, you can't stop him from getting other wives. You can't. I could not stop neither one of my husbands, no matter how hard I tried. And for fun and kicks, I tried a lot of stuff just for fun and kicks. You got to make marriage interesting. Otherwise, you're going to be bored out of your mind with these marriages. Yes, the kids keep you busy. Yes, the housework keep you busy. And if you work in a job, bringing some money in to help that man with his responsibilities, then yeah. But the marriage itself can still be boring if he's distracted. And both my husbands in both marriages were distracted. They were not focused on me and the kids. Because if they were, we would still be together. Trust me, I'm a fighter. I'm like Trump. I don't quit. I don't give up. Right or wrong, actually, right or wrong, I'm going for the throne. Whether I'm good or evil, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to win either way. Or why? Don't even play. If you're not going to win either way, why play? Sit to the side and watch. Take notes. Let the winners win. Let the champions get inside the ring. Let the champions get in the rings. Let the spectators spectate. Let everybody stay in their lane. So first wives, kingdom wives, you know who you are. I ain't even got to tell you who you are. You know. And you know who you're not. Okay? So, home wreckers do not win in the end. Okay? They don't win the war. They may create some drama, obstacles, and courses and things. Battles. Win a few battles here and there. Break up that marriage. Cheat over here, cheat over there, step over here, sleep over there, whatever. They do what they do. None of my business. But when these home wreckers run up on the first wives, run up on us, we already know they're coming, okay? We already know that. Each one of them think they the first and the best. Or the last. They all think that. They all think. When you first, everyone behind you is trying to beat you. Like that's possible. It's just not. You're wasting your time. That's why I refuse to be second wife. Legally in that spot, no. Nope, I'm not going to legally be in that spot. And have I played minor roles? Yes, I've played minor roles. But always honest, open. And I use the word always. I know I pause when I say always. Because where the exceptions were, there were exceptions to my always. Just because there were some exceptions, footnotes, things to remember and consider, don't mean my always don't stand. Because my always has a clause for what? Discovery. My always leaves room for me to gather more information, learn something, and come back ready. Repentance. There you go, repentance. Yeah, repentance. I can use the word always this and always that, supposed to be and shoulda and all this kind of stuff because I understand spiritual math. I know that we're supposed to multiply. Division isn't really our thing, but because we have differences, we're not supposed to use our differences to divide us. We're supposed to use our differences to multiply us. Use our differences to multiply kinship. K-I-N, kinship, yeah. Difference is meant to multiply. So how we look at division, Most High don't look at division the way we do. We look at division to punish each other, where he looks at division to multiply ourselves. He likes diversity in color and froze and straight hair, black hair, red hair. Most High loves a colorful world. But in order for certain colors to exist, they can't be mixed. We have to preserve natural color, natural existence, some kind of way. No matter how unattractive, undesirable, evil looking, poor, unprotected this, blackness is, black. Whether you consider me black or this black, you know what I mean? The top black. Whatever range of black you think is evil, bad, unattractive, not desirable, whatever shade of black that you don't approve of, the world doesn't approve of. And we all, even black people, we have certain levels of black that we're just going to reject. We have certain levels of white that we just can't do. We all have preference, and it's okay. But don't use preference to divide. Use preference to multiply. Do not use your preference to divide, hurt, harm, drag down, humiliate, silence anyone else. Use your preference to multiply, be fruitful, be kind. Yeah. Preserve your kind. Kindness, preservation or something like that. And that's what I like about, again, this whole election process. I've been enjoying it, y'all. I was able to tie it to my personal life, y'all. I'm just like that. And home wreckers do not win in the end. Even though home wreckers may, go to school, look good, have money, very tempting people. Especially when they're young, they look really good when they're young. Very good. But over time, everything shows. It's exposed. when there's too much mixing. Over time, all the mixing where you don't know who's who anymore. Like, who's black? I mean, what is black? If I'm black, then what is this? You know what I'm saying, y'all? I mean, I'm really. If I'm black, then what is this? So, I know I'm mixed. I already know. I know. I know I'm native. I just know it. Most High confirmed it in my spirit. And then there's a little bit of paper trail. A little paper trail out there on me. And then the Afro part, either my native part of me was more like Esau people, or the native part of me was more like Jacob's people, you know. And so I believe that somehow, some way, all that's gonna come together, fit and connect and make sense. I've been working on this puzzle for years, trying to understand how am I from the tribe of Judah, and so whether I'm native on this land or was brought here on a ship through CudJoe Lewis, Kazula, either way, I can trace it. Whether I believe the this native connection to the Bible, or if Africa, coming in from West Africa on the Catilda boat, my ancestor, CudJoe Lewis. Either way, either story, whether the Africa story is true or this native land here story is true, either way, I fit. I fit either way. So that's the part of the puzzle but let me tell you what I believe, y'all. I believe when Most High blew his breath of life into this earth, it was such an orgasm. It was so powerful. The sperm of it was just so righteously, divinely alive that just think of a balloon, a deflated balloon, a deflated balloon. And then you stretch the balloon out a little bit, you stretch it out a little bit, okay? And then you take the balloon to your lips and when you blow into that balloon, everything fills in. Everything pops out of that balloon, that book, that word, that breath, that life. So I believe when he blew his breath, everything that was formed, made, came to life. Came to life. All over the world, there were multiple atoms of males. Multiple atoms of males working and building, Just like today, there are billions and billions of people, but only a few are highlighted, are Steve Harveys. Only a few of us are, you know, Diddy's or Bill Cosby's, but they represent so many people who are not seen because of the darkness. So we got to keep working on brightening up this earth. More lights, more camera, more action, more color. But we have to follow the rules, stay in the lines. There's no reason to divide any further out. America has reached out so far. So the reaching is good. Now we gotta shine like a diamond. Shine like a diamond. I mean the entire. I have so many languages, guys. It's weird. It's like other languages want to come out, but it's like I'm limited to English because English is that universal language. But there's so many other tongues in my mouth. It's really weird. Like I feel like I have some type of Latin, Hispanic. I don't know. I don't even know the words to use, guys. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, from the hood. Come on now. I gotta work so hard. Why do I have to work so hard? Because I'm a preacher from the hood. Depending on where you're from, determines your work. But our work doesn't limit our worth. Yes. I'm just rambling, guys. I'm just rambling. And you all know that. If you've been watching this long, then you figured it out by now. I'm a rambling preacher. A rambling preacher. Just brainstorm. That's what you call it, brainstorming. I'm just over here just brainstorming, y'all. And sharing with you guys how I live my life based on external stimulus. External stimuli. How the things on the outside of me interact, and impact my inner world. And vice versa. Yes. And how I allow my inner world to decide what to do outside of me, kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, I have little feet. I have little feet. I wear a size 7. Sometimes it's 7.5 if the shoe runs small, and if the shoe run big, then sometimes I can get away with a 6. I'm just saying. But for the most part, I'm a perfect 7. I don't know why I brought that up. So, but I'm gonna turn this camera off. I'm just being crazy. But at the end of the day, home wreckers do not win in the end. And I'm glad that Trump stopped that shit. I'm glad he stopped it. I'm glad he stopped it. Because she's not the right one. She's not the right one. If we're going to have a female leader of that magnitude, she can't be the one. You know. Now, in a male system, it's a male system. It's a male system, so I don't care who they choose to put up there. I really don't care, to be honest, because it's their system. They're going to pick who they want and whatever. But if they're going to throw some woman up there, it can't be a home wrecker. What? That's like Marilyn Monroe sliding her way up into the White House after she's singing Happy Birthday. Y'all remember that Marilyn Monroe? Happy birthday, Mr. President. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine how his wife felt looking at that? Again, heifers running up on you, and you the first wife. You in the first house, the first wife in the first house, and this heifer then ran up on you on TV, just like now. Just this is no different than Marilyn Monroe. Delilah. This is some Delilah, Marilyn Monroe stuff. Where's my Marilyn Monroe picture? I got one somewhere. Where'd she go? I probably took her down. I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad the results, and I ain't even have to vote. I ain't even have to vote for a person. I didn't have to interfere. I just let it play out, just like my exes. They chose other women over me. Hey, it is what it is. The first time I left, I was younger. You know, when you're young, and I was right. I was able to get the next one, boom. And then the next one left me, just like that, boom. What goes around comes around. What goes around comes around, you know. So, now that I got it, I don't need to get it again, okay? I ain't gonna get it again. And I don't want to give it out no more. I don't want to give it out no more. And I don't want to get it no more. So I'm staying solo. And at this point, I don't mind being in open, honest relationships with other committed couples. Because I really did enjoy that lifestyle where it was my husband and I open. Now, we lived that way for years, and then he decided it's not for me. But you benefit off of it for years. You can't benefit off of something for years and then denounce it. Not in a it's not that easy in a marriage. And you never really owned it no way. That's like wearing a pair of shoes for like 5 years and then say, I don't want them, and take them back to the store. It's like, well, thanks for bringing them to the store. You can throw them away right in that trash. There's no refund. There's no refund. Throw those shoes in that trash right there on the way out the door. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, there is no going back. We got to push this all the way forward. Keep going. So while he was playing as though he wasn't doing it anymore, I just boldly kept doing it, loud and proud.